So firstly, formally from me, guys, welcome. It's fun having a couple of familiar faces, and it's really awesome having a couple of new faces. Some of the guys that's on here has been with Action Factory or has been in the training for quite a few years already. Some of the guys are still on training at the moment, so it's really awesome. So tonight we are going to talk about abundance, how to go from a lack mindset into abundance mindset. But before we go there, I just want to introduce myself, and then I want you guys to do a little bit of introduction from your side, if you don't mind. So firstly, my name is Dion. My surname is Groenewald. I've been doing this for, I don't know, over 12 years, where I'm training, teaching, coaching, NLP, therapeutic hypnosis, and all kinds of really weird stuff. So I've been doing this for quite a long time. This is my life, my passion. I want to say my first love, because it really is. I live, eat, sleep, breathe this. If you know me well, you know this is who I am and what I am. For those that know me already, that's been on my platforms, you know me well. Is this my life? You should know. If you agree, yes, put a hand up. If not, shake your head. Those that know me well, you'll know. Let's jump in. Are you guys ready? Can we get into abundance? Because I really, really want to talk about abundance. You know, the time we're in at the moment, worldwide, with lockdown and everything that's happening around the world, there's so many people that's experiencing lack. I really, truly believe it's time for more people to start experiencing true abundance. So I just want to do a quick setting here. True abundance, not just abundance, true abundance, abundance in its fullest sense. So tonight, what I'm going to do with you guys, I'm going to run through the 10 basic steps. 10 basic steps to get into abundance. Now, I want to start off and just make one point absolutely clear. The opposite of abundance is lack. Abundance means having plentiful of something, having so much you can share, you can give it away, having more than enough of something. The opposite of abundance is lack, is shortage. The moment we start talking about abundance, one of the concepts most people don't always realize is there's no gray area. There is no middle ground between lack and abundance. I need to say that again. There's no middle ground. There's no gray area. There's no if, but, maybe, I'm working towards it. You're either living in lack or you're living in abundance. So let's start off with what is abundance. Firstly, as I said earlier, it is having enough of anything, so much so that you can share. But for me, abundance basically stands mainly on 4 pillars. And the 4 pillars are quite simple. Love, joy, health, wealth. The reason it stands on 4 pillars is that abundance cannot stand only on one single pillar. If you've got an abundance of love, but you lack joy, you lack health, you lack wealth, you're going to struggle with the love. If you lack health, you can be the richest person in the world. You can have people around you that love you. But if you're lying somewhere and you're in a coma, you can't move, you can't actually enjoy any of it, again, you're not in full abundance. Full and true abundance means all 4 of these pillars are functioning in your life. Love, joy, health, and wealth. All 4 of them are functioning. That's the cardinal rule of abundance. But you guys know what abundance is. So why am I talking about what's abundance? You want to know how to get more of it, right? I mean, that's why you logged in tonight. I know some of you guys logged in just because you want to see me again. And you want to give me a little bit of extreme abundance in love and everything else. Yes? So let's start off. There's 10 basic steps, guys. These are easy steps. You can achieve every single one of them. So I'm going to start off with the 10 steps. Step 1, to get more abundance of any of these 4 pillars in your life, all 4 of them. Step 1, absolutely, this is the beginning, this is the foundation, this is where you start. It starts in gratitude. An attitude of gratitude. Why gratitude, Dion? What does that do? The thing about gratitude has got a very interesting effect on the brain. It's got a very interesting effect on how we think, how we act, how we respond, our internal conversations, our behavioral patterns. Gratitude magnifies the areas of life in which we require abundance. So let me make this very simplistic. Let's assume for a moment you're lonely. You're single, stuck in a little room, you're lonely, nobody loves you. And you're experiencing a lack of love in your life. So an attitude of gratitude means I need to start looking in my life where I do have love. Now, every person I know has either got family or friends, someone that they connect to from time to time, be it on social media, be it on the video chat, be it face to face. Somebody loves you, yes? And you love somebody. Every single human being on this planet has got someone that loves them and they love somebody. Every single human being. I've never met someone that lives in absolute solitude without loving someone else or without being loved. So an attitude of gratitude starts off by looking at what do you already have? What do you already have? And really starting to truly appreciate it. Now, very often I say this to people and they say, yes, Dion, but that's easy. But you know what? If you're living in lack and you haven't got enough money, then it's a problem. All right, so let's look at wealth. Let's just look at wealth for a moment. Anybody here, and I want you to give me a hands up, or give me a thumbs up, or give me a little emoji if you can answer yes to any of the statements. Do you live in a place that has a roof, a solid roof? So when the rain comes down, it doesn't fall on top of you. All right, a couple of yeses going up. Does this place where you live in have things called walls on the outside? So when the wind blows, your hair is not a mess. It's kind of protected you. Yes, everybody? Correct. All right. Does this place where you live in have a thing called a floor that's something solid? I'm not talking about straw and cow dung mixed. I'm talking about cement, wood, something solid with tiles or some kind of covering. Yes? Does the place you live in have an electronic device that assists you in controlling the temperature? We call it a heater, aircon, or a fan. Yes? Central heating system, something like that. All right. Does the place you live in have a magic thing that they invented a couple of years? It's a really cool gadget. In fact, you can look through walls with it. Called a window. Anybody got any of those? Yes? All right. So here's my thing to you. Do you have a special area in your house where you store your clothes, and when you open it, it's called a cupboard? If you open those funny things called doors, you got enough clothing in there for at least 3 days. Anybody? Yes? Oh yeah. Do you have a special area in your house where you store your food? It's called a cupboard as well. If you open the food cupboard, there's food in there for enough food for 3 days. Anybody here? Anybody got enough? Yes? Okay, cool. Guess what? You're not living in lack. You're living in such affluence that we've gone abundance blind. We have so much of so many amazingly beautiful things that we can be grateful for. And we've missed it because we're constantly on the hunt for more, yeah? Now, gratitude means having a clear understanding of what you have and appreciating it to its absolute fullness. The moment we do that, something changes in the neurological network inside the brain. Something shifts. And what shifts is quite simple. Our focus shifts. Where we look, what we notice, what type of words we say. And we start noticing more abundance. We also start noticing more opportunities for abundance. And then lies the key. It's not just being grateful for what you have, but being grateful for what you have stimulates your neuron network inside your brain to start finding areas of life where you could get more. Now, if you don't take any of the other steps tonight and you only do that one thing, you will start to notice more love, joy, health, wealth in your life. You will start experiencing more abundance. Isn't that cool? It's as simple as that. Gratitude. Second step, dream big. dream magnificent dreams. What kind of dreams? Not the weird ones you have in the middle of the night. Daydreams. Those crazy, magnificent, audacious, hairy, scary daydreams. Because our daydreams are directly related to the size of the vision we have for ourselves. And the size of the vision we have for ourselves determines where we're going to end up. Daydreaming does a second thing. Daydreaming is when the subconscious mind is replaying things. Daydreaming is very similar to creative visualization. Daydreaming allows the subconscious mind to play things as if they've already happened. Guess what you're doing? If you are daydreaming about becoming a better version of you, if you're daydreaming, achieving a magnificent, hairy, scary, and audacious goals, you are creating a creative visualization in your brain. You are fooling your brain as if you've already done it. Guess what? The moment, because you've applied an attitude of gratitude, your brain now starts finding more opportunities for something. When you've now practiced your greatness inside of your own brain, when the opportunity, stay with me, when the opportunity arises, because you've practiced it on a subconscious level, in an imaginary level, your brain very easily now recognizes it and knows what to do. Let me ask this question. If you've practiced something a few times, isn't it true you get better at it? You can practice it in your deep subconscious purely by dreaming, because you are creating this as if it's real in the subconscious. The subconscious doesn't know what's real and what's not real. It doesn't know what is tomorrow, what is yesterday, what is now. It doesn't know what is synthetic and what is fake. And we know this because we watch silly movies and we laugh. We watch tearjerker movies and we cry. We know these actors are going to show up next week in a different movie, and yet we cry now. Because the brain cannot also always differentiate between the differences. So dream it, apply gratitude first, then dream it. So your brain recognizes it. When your brain recognizes it, the door opens, you can step in as if you've done it already and be very good at it. Who of you guys have ever dreamt about being a pop star? And what do we do? Have you seen these kids? When kids are young and they want to be singers, what do? They grab either the TV remote or they grab a hairbrush or something and they stand in front of the mirror. I can see Sonette smiling because she did it last night in front of the mirror. And then we sing. What are we doing? We are daydreaming, but we are actually practicing. So when the moment arises, we've practiced quite a bit. We kind of know what to do. And yeah, some of us do karaoke. Some of us shouldn't be practicing because the neighbor's cats really get upset about it. But yeah, well, it is what it is. Guys, have you got it? Step 2, dream big. Step 3, your mindset. Now, again, I want to make this very, very clear. I want to come back to the statement I made earlier. The third thing you need to do is you need to have an absolute realization that you are either in lack. When you're in lack, you're in a lack mindset. Your brain either lives in, woe is me, things are terrible, it's going so bad, I'm so lonely, life is horrible, I'm not going to make it. Or your brain lives in, opportunities abound, people love me, I love people. There's so many reasons to be happy. I'm feeling great. I've got a body. I can get out of bed in the morning and I can move. I can act. I can do. I've got potential. I've got some money. I can, if I have to, sell stuff I don't need to buy things that can change my world. There's an attitude inside an abundance mindset of hope and possibility. That was the third one. Fourth one. Fourth one. Now, this is the tough one. Guys, ready for the fourth one? 3 words. Do change now. So what? Do change now. Let me explain. Often when I talk to clients, one of the things they often verbalize, here's a key, and this is a big key, guys. They often say to me, Dion, I'm in the process of changing my future. I am busy changing my future. Now, let me tell you guys a quick secret. I'm going to pop some bubbles here. You cannot change your future. Your future hasn't happened. You cannot, I'm going to say this again. You cannot change something that hasn't happened yet. You cannot change your future. What can you change? You can merely change your current attitude and your current behavior, your current discipline, your current tenacity, your current actions, your current mindset. The only things that we can change is the now. We cannot change our past. Anybody of you met anybody who can go into their past and change it? No, you can't do time travel. Now, isn't it strange? The minute we talk about the past, okay, guys, please just mute yourselves if you don't mind. The moment we talk about the past, we know we cannot go and change the past. Everybody understands that concept. Unless you've got a time machine, you ain't going nowhere. You're just going to hang around here, yes? But for some reason, we tend to believe we can change the future. You cannot change the future. You can influence the possibility of what's going to happen in the future. You can impact the potential of what could happen in the future. You cannot actually change your future. You can, however, this is an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset is not living in one day in the future when. You know, Dion, I'm hoping one day my ship's going to come in and I'm not going to be standing at the railway station at that time. You might as well just go buy a lottery ticket, because a lottery ticket is living in the hopes of maybe if and buts. An abundance mindset does not live in a maybe if and but and when in someday in the future. An abundance mindset lives in the now, is very much aware of something that if something needs to change, I'm not going to wait until tomorrow or a week from now or a year from now to change. I need to change it now. When? When's now? Now. Yeah, well, when exactly, Dion? Now. Yeah, but, you know, I'll try. Who's heard that before? I'm going to try. Well, that's step number 5. Change your language. Change your language. Please, guys, and hear my heart here. The moment you say you're going to try, you're lying to yourself. I love it when I talk to people, and sorry guys, please forgive me if I'm going to say this, but I am going to say this. Have I got permission? Give me a couple of hands. Can I say something that might be offensive? Okay. I love it when I talk to fat people, and they say to me, I want to try and go on a diet. I want to try and lose weight. You know what you're doing? Sorry, guys, please forgive me in the morning, but please just hear my heart here. You know what we're doing when we say, I'm going to try? We are giving ourselves an excuse in the present so that we have permission to fail in our futures. I'll just say that again. We are giving ourselves permission in the present so that we may fail in our future. We are giving ourselves permission in the present. The moment someone says, I'm going to try, there's not enough commitment. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. Yep. There's got to be an absolute conviction of spirit in the language. It's not I want to, I'm hoping for it. You know, I'm really trying my best, Dion, and I'm getting there. No, you're not getting there. You're procrastinating and you're treading water. You either do something or you don't. Thinking about it alone is not doing it. I mentioned something today in class, which I would love to repeat here if I can. I'm sure you guys don't mind. Who of you guys have learned to swim before? Anybody here can swim? Yeah, just show your hands. Can you swim? All right. Did anybody sit on a couch, read a book, and then jumped into deep waters and you could swim immediately? No? All right. So here's the thing about doing something in life. We cannot just think about it. You cannot learn to swim, but just thinking about it, reading a book. You cannot sit on the couch and think what it's going to be like to swim. We need to actually put ourselves into a discomfort zone and do something about it. When? Now. I cannot jump into the water with my arms crossed, my legs tight, clenched together, and say, I'm going to try not to drown and just swim. What's going to happen if you do that? I'm a glug, 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 glug. I need to alter my language patterns. I am going to swim. What's required to swim? Well, swimming needs to put me into a discomfort position, somewhere where it's a little bit uncomfortable, somewhere where I've possibly never been before. When? Now. And I've got to actually get into the water, and I've got to start using my arms and kicking like crazy and flapping around and maybe have wings around me. And at some stage, I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to go below the surface. Then I'm going to alter my behavior. I'm going to go to the surface again. And all of a sudden, I'm going to realize, I'm swimming. Aloha. Do change now. Fix your speech. I hope one day I will learn to swim. You know, some people say that to me. It's a beautiful warm day outside. They're dressed in a costume. They've got the bathers on. Everything is ready. They're standing next to the water. Yes, one day I would like to be able to do this. Well, the opportunity is right there, right now. Jump into it. That's an abundance mindset. It recognizes that thinking and dreaming about it only is not enough. There's got to be a follow-up of taking action. When? There's got to be a commitment in my language pattern. There's got to be a definiteness in my language. Are you guys still with me? Still okay? Everybody just check. Is your head still on your shoulders? Both your arms still? You got all the body parts still there? Just check quickly. All right. Oh, yeah, that one's still there. Okay, yeah. No, they're all here. All right, cool. Let's continue. Yippee. All right, let's go to the next one. You guys still ready? All right. Next one is a word. I love this word. It's a Greek word. And the Greek word is Gnosis, knowing. Knowing. A lack mindset hopes only. A lack mindset dreams of only. A lack mindset talks about possibilities only. But a lack mindset is fueled by fear. You see, conviction and fear does not live in the same basket. The Greek word gnosis refers to a knowing, not a hoping, not a believing, not a wishing, a knowing. A knowing. It's something, and I want to say the word, it's something deep in you. Deep in you. That just knows. Knows what? Knows you can. Knows you're going to. Knows you might bump your head or break a toe in the process, but that won't stop you. There's a knowing. Now, the problem with this is that the people you talk to, the people you tell about it, don't know it. So what you're doing is you're actually gossiping to others. Have you ever gossiped to someone that doesn't like gossip? Who's ever told a story about someone else? Come on, be honest now. We've all had a little bit of a gossip in our lives. You've ever gossiped about someone behind someone's back to someone else, but this person doesn't like gossip, and they sort of pushed you away? Yep. All right. The universe, God, call it law of attraction. I don't care. The vibrations of the universe, anything, whatever name you want to give it, doesn't like gossip. People don't generally like gossip. If you tell people of your dreams, if you've started on your journey, if you're already busy with the process, if you know what you can and you're busy doing it, just for a while, let people not be inspired by your words only, but let them be inspired by your actions and your behaviors and your results. There's something I learned many, many years ago. The difference between insanity and genius lies not in what you believe, lies not what goes on inside of your brain. The difference between insanity and genius lies in the results of your actions. There are a lot of people in this world, if they tell you your dreams, you'll think they're insane. You'll think they're insane. I want you to think about a guy, I'm not going to say his name on here, but he made a little technological thing. It sounds like a fruit, like an apple-y thing, yeah? We're not going to say too much about it. I don't want to sell the brands on here, but you know where I'm going with this. He had this crazy idea one day that he wants to take a library of records, of music, of amazing songs, 100 of them, and fit them into a small little gadget that people can carry around. Put in the, what was it called? iPod. Remember when that came out? How, think about this, guys, how crazy, insane was that dream? Now, I grew up in an era, you know, the first computers that came out was, it was a Vic Commodore 32. I mean, this thing was like amazing, but it was actually today's technology, it was a piece of rubbish. 5 years before that computer came out, if someone told me there's going to be a little machine one day on which I can phone people, have my music, surf the internet, go and have a quick look on how to do a heart transplant, chat to people all over the world face to face in real time, have a calculator, I would have said, you're insane. The difference between insanity and genius does not lie in the idea. It lies in the outcomes and the results. I remember at school, who of you guys are as old as what I am? I'm 58, so I went to school way back. And I remember one thing the teachers used to tell us, you have to study maths. One day, you're not going to walk around with a calculator in your back pocket. Yeah, you're right. We're walking around with a computer in our back pockets. We can do complex mathematical calculations. If they told us then, we would have said, you're insane. Gnosis. You need to know. You need to know. You need to know. You need to know so deeply and strongly inside of yourself. And you need to know such a magnificence about yourself that when you tell people about it, they might believe you are insane. If you're going to tell people about it and they're going to go, oh, that's interesting, I'm sure you're going to be able to do that. You are not reaching high enough. You are shooting yourself in the foot. You are being way too humble. Raise your game. Your story inside, your knowing, what you know you're busy achieving needs to be so ridiculous. If you share it with people, they will say, I think you're cuckoos. I think, oh, listen to him, there's something wrong. If your story is mediocre, it means you're average. Mediocrity is only acceptable by the mediocre. Is there anybody here that's just average? No. We need to know you are magnificent, capable, talented, gifted. You've got a magnificent brain. You've got skills, you've got hands, you've got feet, you've got a body. You've got the ability to read between the lines. You've got the ability to start thinking about potential outcomes in the future. You can think, yes, you can do basic maths. You are creative. You were born magnificently creative. You've got all the capabilities of achieving the big, hairy, scary, audacious dreams. But hoping and dreaming them only is not enough. You need to know them. You need to own them. You need to know them deep inside of yourself. It is only through the knowing that you will have the confidence and the courage to do something about it. You see, hope is a great fertile soil for courage, but it needs a little bit more. If you know, you don't need to be motivated. Only people that live in fear need to be motivated. If you know, you don't need discipline. You've got it, because you know it's going to have a result. If you know, you don't need confidence, because you're just going to do it. Why do you need confidence? You know. If you know, you'll try. You see, fear prevents us. So let's make this a little bit practical. Imagine for a moment a cupboard in your house. Think of a cupboard in your house. Any cupboard. Pick a cupboard. Any cupboard. You got a cupboard? Think of that cupboard. Now, there's one of two possibilities of things that's been hidden in your cupboard. The one possibility is $100 million. US dollars, not Zim dollars. $100 million, okay? That's the one possibility. It's in a suitcase. You need to open the cupboard and open the suitcase. Second possibility, 50 poisonous snakes. Who's going to open the cupboard and take out the suitcase and open it immediately? Isn't it? The moment the brain tells us there's the possibility that this could kill us, we become reserved, we become hesitant, we procrastinate, we make a couple of turns, we bring in other things. Oh my goodness, a whole variety of other people to maybe protect us. We put a couple of safety guards in place. We got to dress for the right outfit. We got to do all kinds of things. But what if the snakes get out? So now I need a cage to put them in if it's a snake. And our focus, hear me out guys, our focus goes more towards the snake than it does the $100 million. The moment fear enters, it dissipates opportunity and possibility. The moment fear enters, opportunity and possibility becomes less and eventually disappears. Knowing you're going to be successful does not allow for fear to enter. You guys with me? You guys still here? Are you still here? Hello, huh? Hello? All right. You guys ready for number 7? I've got 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 4 more I want to do. We're doing well with time. All right, 7th one. And this is a key one. This is going to, some of you guys are going to go, oh man. Let me ask this quickly. Who's got a bucket list? Who's got a bucket list? Come on, let's see some hands. Who's got a whole list of things you want to achieve in life? I've got all these things I want to achieve in life. I've got all these dreams. All right, quite a few of you. All right. Abundance mindset people only have 3 things on their to-do list, on their bucket list. Let me explain. Let's assume you've got a list and there's 37 things in your list. 37 things. 34 of them are distractions. 34 of them are excuses to procrastinate, to not start achieving the 3 things that are truly important. If there are too many things on your list, on your to-do list, on the things you want to do, it distracts us. As humans, even though a lot of people believe they can, we cannot really multitask. We cannot actually focus on too many goals at the same time. It's too much information for the human brain to comprehend and cope with. Reduce your list to 3 Have 3 things on your bucket list, 3 things on your to-do list. Once you've achieved 2 of them, once you've achieved 2 of them, and there's 1 left, then make it 3 again. Then add another 2. Keep your list at a maximum of 3 things. What that does, it keeps you focused. Keeps you focused. It makes you an achiever. If there's too many things on the list, we're busy with the one thing. Oh, I want to do that as well. 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 And we keep drifting from one to the other, to the other, to the other. Here's the secret. The things on the list are always, there's things dropping off and there's new things coming on, and things are dropping off and new things are coming on. And what you're going to find a couple of years later is you haven't completed one of them. You've kind of sort of done parts of them, but you've not fully completed any of them. 3 things on your bucket list, 3 things on your to-do list, 3 main things you want to achieve in life. That's it. Is that a weird one for some of you guys? Because I've got this long bucket list. Dear man. Now what must I do with it? I'm not saying throw it in the dustbin. I'm just saying take it off your to-do list for now. And once you've completed 2 on it, add another 1 or 2. Keep that 3 rolling, but tick them off as you do. Tick them off as you achieve. What's the reason behind that? The more you tend to achieve, the more your brain understands that you're an achiever. The more you are an achiever in life, the more Gnosis you actually feed yourself, the more knowing that you can achieve. The more you know you can achieve, the more courage you have, the more tenacity, the more natural discipline you have, and the more things in life you start achieving. It's a beautiful cycle of events. Is that okay, guys? Who just had a, yeah, if you think of your own life, who got stuck in that massive list and you're just trying your best to do so many things? No. What can happen? Reduce that list. How do you do it? Start through a process of elimination. Take the weakest one and throw it out, throw it out, throw it out. 1 or 2 might stand out, you definitely want there. Just get rid of the rest. Just erase them. Guys, if they're really truly that important, once you've achieved one of them, one of those other important ones will come into your list. Okay? Is that okay? Hey, Dion, man. All right. Can we go to the next one? Step number 8. Step number 8. Abundance mindsets have a consistency of improvement mindset. A consistency of improvement. An abundance mindset always knows there's room for improvement. It can be better. So let me explain quickly. Years ago, when I started this in this industry, and I started training and teaching or whatever, I developed courses. Oh man, I remember the beginning. I was so happy with my courses. The feedback students gave me was magnificent. No one scored me medium. Everything was excellent, amazing, mind-blowing, just up there the whole time. But I didn't stop. You see, every 2 years, at least every 2 years, I change, I improve, I alter the training, the certification courses. Because nothing in this world is constant, is stagnant. The only thing that we absolutely can bargain on in this world is that everything will change. So whatever standard of greatness you achieved yesterday, that standard of greatness is not going to stay there forever. We know this. One of the biggest industries where we're seeing this is in the watch industry. Many, many years ago, 98% of all watches in the world were made where? In Switzerland. Why were they made in Switzerland? Because they had these small little gears, and the Swiss people have got small hands, so they could do it easily. No, it's just the technology and the development in the country was focused on that. The Swiss ruled the world when it came to the making of watches. And every year they had a show where some crazy inventions and the new technology and everything was sort of showed to the world. And the one year they had a guy that made, he did something really stupid and silly. He built a watch that worked with a battery, an electronic watch. I mean, how stupid could that possibly be? Because the Swiss knew mechanisms, gears is a minimum requirement for watches. They had an expo the year, and in the crazy, stupid ideas section, they put this watch that's running with a battery. And someone walked past. You see, the Swiss believe that they can stay and stagnate, that what they are doing today is going to be the greatest thing for the future. But someone walked past and said, here's an idea. And they started a company. And they started making digital watches, the ones we wear today. Bazinga, what happened to the Swiss market? Right now, at the moment, they make less than 5% of the world's watches. How did that happen? There was not a consistency of change and improvement. Even if you do something extremely well, improve it. Ladies, that goes for your makeup as well, eh? Come on now. Listen, let me ask this question. Is there anybody here that still wears exactly the same hairstyle you did 30 years ago, 20 years ago? Is there anybody here that wears your makeup, the same type of clothing, listens to the same music, walks the same way, drives the same kind of car, everything exactly the same as you did 20, 30 years ago? No? You've changed? Oh, my goodness. Why? What happened? It's called self-improvement. You've been going through it naturally. It's a natural trait we all have. We don't speak the same way we did 30 years ago. How old was I 30 years ago? 28. Let's go 40 years ago when I was 18. Like my brew, cool my skat, lekker man, China. I had a language that if I spoke that same language today, I probably would not even understand. My language went through improvement. When we're teenagers, we speak in a lingo, a language, a slang that nobody else outside of our friendship circle can understand. We go through development, we're constantly going through change. But unless change is for the betterment of it, you're going backwards. So an abundance mindset has an awareness that even though what I have got now is magnificent, I can do better. I can improve it. Even though my product I have right now is great, I can do better. I can improve it. Even though my career right now is going great, I can do better. I can improve it. Even though my health right now is great, I can do better. I can improve it. Even though my relationships are great, I can do better. I can improve it. Even though I'm happy with my bank balance, I can do better. I can do better. I can do great. I can improve. There's a consistent awareness. There's an internal drive. Now, this is a crazy drive, guys. This desire to do better is not based on the opinions of others. An abundance mindset is not swayed by the opinion of others. An abundance mindset is swayed internally. It is you knowing, this is great, but I can do better. I can do more. And it's a consistency of it. Every day, a little bit better. Every day, a little bit better. Every day, a little bit better. Cool? You guys still with me? You still awake? Thinking cap still on? We're almost there. We got 2 left. Number 9. Number 9 has got 3 words. Give, give, give. Huh? Yes. Give, give, give. How much love can you give? How much joy can you give? How much health can you share? How much wealth can you share? What is it? There's a principle in an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset does not have or is not stingy. An abundance mindset does not hoard. It shares. It gives. I'm a trainer as a profession. My income is based on my intellectual property. I share probably at least 50% of my intellectual property for free on a variety of different platforms. If you follow all my talks, you go through all my stuff, you will notice that most of my intellectual property I give away for free. Give, give, give. When lockdown started, when the world started getting into this clasp of, oh my goodness, I dropped my pricing immediately and I started giving away a vast amount of free products. Guess what happened to my business? That's some great puns. That's some record puns. It's a cardinal rule. An abundance mindset gives. You cannot outgive. You cannot. Giving is the equivalent of putting great seed into good soil. Give. You want more love? How much love can you give? Who wants more love in their life? Give more love. Who wants more joy? Anybody? More joy? How much joy can you cope with? How much joy can you handle? I challenge you, try and outgive joy. Try and outgive joy. Try and be so, okay, you might get locked up in some countries because you walk around the entire day going, oh, I'm so joyful, I'm so joyful. Some people might think something is a bit wrong and they might put you into a small room with a straitjacket. But joy is not excitement. Joy is almost similar to bliss. Joy is a very harmonious undercurrent emotional state. A lot of people think joy and happiness and excitement is all the same thing. No, it's not. Joy is just, it's like a hum. It's just there. People come into your presence, they feel it. People come into on your platforms, into your life, they know it. They recognize it in you. If you've known me for a while, I live in an abundance of joy. My spirit, my soul, everything. Is joy not a choice? Joy is a choice. Absolutely. Absolutely. I vibrate with joy. I love life. I love people. I love being alive. It gives me joy. I love what I do. Everything gives me joy. Even when I argue with my wife, afterwards I have joy. It's what it is. Find joy in anything and everything. Yeah? You can't outgive it. 3 simple words, guys. Give, give, give. Again, give, give, give. I mean, how many times have you seen on social media? We've seen this. Where if you really go to people that are down and out, they've lost everything, lost their home, they live on the streets, they've got no food. There's 2 of them sitting next to each other. You give one of them a sandwich. What are they going to do? You know what they do? They'll break it in half and they'll share it. You know what some rich people do? Yeah, it's mine. It's mine. You know what? I don't care how big your bank balance is. If you can't share, you're living in lack. We've seen this happen over the last couple of years. Extremely successful actors, musicians, people that are, for all intents and purposes, the people we look up to. Oh, I want to be like that one. Oh, I would love to have that life. And then they go and they hang themselves, they commit suicide, they do all kinds of crazy stuff. How does that happen? Big bank balances, living in magnificent palaces, beautiful homes. They've got a following, millions of people that adore them. What happened? You see, abundance is not what you actually possess. Abundance is a mindset. It's realizing and living in an attitude of gratitude and being prepared to share whatever you have. You can be poor according to society and you can be wealthy according to abundance principles. You can be stinking rich according to society, but you can live in absolute lack according to abundance principles. Aloha. If money brought happiness, true happiness, some people would bath in it every night. I love when people say, oh, I want more money. Well, you're going to bath in it. Have you ever smelled money, by the way? Do you know where people hide money? And you want to tell me you love it? No. You love what it can bring you. You love the potential outcome of what the item you can buy with it will give you. It's not even that you love what it can give you. A big house cannot give you joy. A big house can really only give you joy if you've got family and friends and people to share it with. Being on your own in a magnificently beautiful big house, man, what an absolute sad story that would be. The four elements need to run together. You need to have love, you need to have joy, you need to have health, and you need to have wealth. All four of them synchronized puts you in a state of abundance. Yep. All right. Last one. One more. Have a realization that a better model is coming out next year. Who's ever bought a PC or a cell phone, a laptop, any kind of technology? Who's noticed that when you buy it, it's like a month later, the upgraded version comes out. It's like, seriously. I've got a Samsung phone. I just got this one. It was literally a month later, the upgraded version came out. I was like, oh man. If I'm going to go, the upgraded version is out. Therefore, this one is rubbish. Bah, break it. I'm in lack. If I have an understanding that life always, in every area of life, love, joy, health, wealth, every area of life, there's always an upgraded version that's going to come out soon. Ladies, once you choose that man, a month later, you might just meet an upgraded version with an actual better V-line and, more, I don't know, abs or whatever the case may be. There's always a possibility of an upgraded version crossing your path soon. A Chippender. Oh my goodness. So what's the principle behind it? Being okay with the current model. Realizing that when you made the decision, in that moment when you made the decision, that was the best choice you could make in that moment. See, there's a lot of people that live in hindsight. If I just made a different decision 20 years ago. No, whatever decision you would have made, at the moment when you made it, you made the best decision at the time according to what was available in information and everything else, and all resources. You made the best choice then. An abundance mindset does not live in 2020 hindsight. I should have. If I just waited a month, I could have gotten the new upgraded version. The upgraded version is always going to come out. We are always going to realize the moment we make a decision today and we act on it, the moment we make that decision and we take that behavior, we're doing the best we can in that moment. If I'm going to go and say, well, maybe I should just wait to be a little bit better, I am merely procrastinating. If I'm constantly living in the potential of making mistakes and I look at my past, I've made so many mistakes, I don't want to do it again. What you're doing is you're putting yourself into a state of stagnation. Do, act, choose now. Tomorrow, when the better version comes out, cool, make another decision tomorrow. Constantly go through that metamorphosis of change, alteration, improvement, everything better. Does that make sense? That last one is a little bit tricky. I'm hoping you guys are putting that together, connecting those dots. I live by that philosophy. I've got a massive phoenix tattooed on my arm. And the reason I went and I did that, because when I wake up, every morning I wake up, I rise new. Yesterday, I made a lot of decisions, choices. I behaved in certain ways. I did certain things. Today, when I wake up, I am not cast in stone. Just because I made a decision about something yesterday. I'll make a simple example. Possibly for my company, I did a logo design yesterday. And I loved it. And I told the designer, this is the one. I wake up tomorrow morning. It's a new day. I rise. I rise with what? I rise with new ideas, new creativity, new ability, new talents, the opportunity to make new decisions. You know what? I might look at that logo that I loved yesterday and go, no, needs to change. Change it. You're not cast in stone. Now, guys, you're not cast in stone. You're not cast in stone. You've never made a bad decision. You've made some magnificent decisions, and you made some decisions that taught you something. That's it. Now, sometimes we make decisions that teach us something. What does it teach us? It teaches us how to make a better decision, how to act differently. Everything is a learning curve. So let's always change, and let's always make different decisions and better ones. And let's upgrade who we are and what we do. My decisions and choices are not cast in stone. Okay, well, unless you make a baby, that's sort of you tie down for a couple of years, you know. Then there's some kind of a response, but that's about where it sort of ends. And even that is not fixed forever. My kids are all grown, they're out of the house already. Even that changes. Yep. Dennis? Babies are not forever. How's that for good news? You guys with me? Have you got the 10 steps? You got the 10 steps? Let's go through them again quickly. If I can find them. I got so excited at one stage here, I just slapped my notes. All right, step one. Step one. Okay, Lenny, I see you got a dash. It's cool. Step one, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Step two, dream big. Dream. Daydream. Put your dreams on steroids. Dream, those are magnificent dreams. 3, shift your mindset. Realize there's no middle ground. There's no gray areas. You're either in abundance or you're in lack. 4, do change now. Don't wait for tomorrow. There's that song, if tomorrow never comes. Oh yeah, tear-jerking song. Well, maybe tomorrow doesn't come. Maybe tomorrow you got to do it now. Best time, when? Now. Are you awake? Have you got energy? Can you stand up? Right, cool, do it now. I'm going to write a book. When you start? Now. Still early. Go write your first chapter before you go to sleep. Do it now. All right, next one. Fix your speech. The words. I wish upon the wandering star, who that I am, I wonder where I am now. I don't know, I can't remember that right. Fix your language. Don't try doing something. Don't hope. You know, I'm really hoping that one day I'll be able to try to do it. You're setting yourself up for a potential disappointment in your own future. Stop trying. Fix your language. Start doing. Start committing. Number 4, Gnosis. No. Know what? No, you can. No, you can. You have got all the resources, capabilities, and talents to make manifest your craziest dreams. You've got it. You were born with it. The dream was given to you. It wasn't given to anybody else. You owe it to the rest of us to do it. Do you know that if you don't step into your magnificence, and you leave this rock called Earth one day, there's a hole that you've left. There's a void waiting for you to fill with your light. Fill it. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, the worst that can happen if you fill that void with your light, it can ignite the path for someone else to do the same. Next one, point 7. 3 things on your to-do list. Take that long list, those long lists, and reduce them. Focus. Yeah, but I don't want to. Okay, well then keep procrastinating. You're just going to go around in circles in any case. If you've got a long list, look at your last couple of years. If you can tell me you've achieved those 37 things, ooh, great, amazing. Please send me a personal message. I'd love to know how you achieved that. Shorten your list. Number 8, always improve. Prove who? Yourself. Number 9, it's got 3 words. Give, give, give. If you don't know how to, find a muse, go find someone that can inspire you to give more. Do yourselves a favor. Notice what happens to your own life. Number 10. The 10 new name to your Phoenix model. I love that name. I would have called it the Phoenix model. Number 10, always change. Always change. Always change. Always accept there's an upgrade, there's something better, there's something next. Accept the change and change. Do not live in a state of desiring the next upgrade the whole time. Cool. I hope you guys got that. I do trust some of you guys learned something tonight.